Hello there. I just want to tell you something that I would want to see, but no one's willing to say it, even though it's on all of our minds. I wish the 1950s never left, because it was the perfect time to be alive. Everything was great, everybody loved each other, everything was perfect, happy, and normal. Then people came along and destroyed it. People loved their neighbors in communities. Then the civil rights movement came along and destroyed everything. Then people think everything was racist and think that communities should be destroyed to end racism. I know that's a horrible thing to do, but that's what happens when you give idiots, especially black people, more human rights. That's what happens. But those zealots, the civil rights movement that is out there, they destroyed the sanctity and destroyed marriage itself. Now you can't beat up your wife anymore. I know. How can you protect a family if you can't keep women in line? Because it's necessary for them to know their place as a way to help out, guide, and raise children. These are horrible people who don't understand the basic realities of life itself. This is why the world is terrible. Because these basic ideas are being thrown out for horrible ones. People just don't get why certain people should be in charge of society, and people just don't get why that is necessary. As we know, only white people should be in charge, because they have the brain cells to control people. If not, other races will ruin the world. People think that's racist, but the truth is not racist. And that's why I know this is a good thing. People just don't get them, because the civil rights movement destroyed it. People are horrible to think that these things I'm saying are horrible, because they got brainwashed and manipulated to think so. People just don't get why this is a good thing for society and why we need to do this to save the culture before it's too late. Because we know oppression is necessary and a part of society, since we need taboos to exist. How else can we know who to trust and who not to trust? Sadly, horrible people convince the whole world of these horrible falsehoods. This is why I think 1950s were a good time to be alive, because everybody knows who's in charge and who's not in charge. I just wish to go back to that time and live there, or hopefully I can bring back that time here and now, because the past is always great and the future is always terrible.